We have something to talk about. I don't know why I'm doing that accent. So this is a day or two, or maybe soon after the Patreon video I made, because I have a Patreon now. That's news to me, and news to you guys, actually. Well, I made a video explaining this, that emergency vlog. Yeah. That's neither here nor there. We can do that and handle that when we're, yeah. When the time is right. Again, I already have a video probably out about it, but this is just to talk about Morales in The Walking Dead. I think a lot of people were disappointed that I didn't like that Morales came back, and I have to say I was kind of spoiled about this because I mentioned that a lot of people were telling me, oh, he's going to be back, he's going to be back. And I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. There's no way he's going to come back. He's been gone for 7 years. The actor's probably moved on. And then he comes in the episode, and I'm like, wow, I really wish I was just, like, not expecting it. I wish I went in that episode not thinking about fucking Morales at all. And then, when he shows up, I could have been very surprised. That didn't happen. I've made rants about the spoiling dead before and all this. It's just them. It's mainly them. They so much for, you know, they say on their stupid Facebook page, oh yeah, we have the forums so we can lock down spoiler information. And then somebody links me to a picture where they put a ginormous picture of Morales on their Facebook page. It's like, yeah, okay, that's not a fucking spoiler. That's outside the domain of your dumb website. Again, hypocrites. They just do it for fucking attention. They claim to be, you know, these hardcore fans who love to know everything before it happens, but it's so stupid. But rather than make this whole video a rant about them, I already have a video up on YouTube about that I can gladly link you to. But I think, again, I'm going to reserve my judgment. Just like I said at the end of episode 2, I'm going to reserve my judgment for episode 3. We can see where Morales has been. I'm assuming he lost his family. Inside the episode, if you go to AMC.com and you have like a cable subscription, you can view the inside the episode where the actors talk about the episode. And Galen Hurd talks about how Morales has lost his family. She basically confirms it. And it's probably to be assumed. I mean, he had 2 young kids and a wife. I mean, Rick lost his wife. Most people who have families, I mean, this late into the apocalypse, you're probably not going to have them. Even Negan, I mean, the whole reason he's Negan is because he lost his original wife, Lucille. And, you know, he made his whole iconic image of his baseball bat and his community is based around, you know, her. You know, losing her basically fucked with his humanity. And you'll find that out more in Negan's backstory, which we might get this half season while he's trapped in that bunker with Gabriel. We might get that once we, you know, now, you know, as episodes 3 and 4, we'll get a lot of action, but we might get that once we get to episode 5, I think, because from the description it seems that will be when we see more of that covered. But, like, again, my main thing is that they're in different states. Like, they're in Virginia, and Morales was last seen at that campsite in Atlanta, and he said he was going south to find family in Atlanta. And it just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, he was such a random character that, you know, I assumed that they weren't putting him in the show because the actor just was busy, or I don't know what. At the time, it was Frank Darabont who was in charge of the show, so I don't know what his reasoning for taking Morales out of Season 1 was. Same thing with Morgan. However, Lenny James has said that his filming schedule conflicted with being in the Seasons 2 and 3, and you know, they brought him that one episode in 3, but then, you know, he really came back in Season 5, and so, you know, his schedule opened up, and now he's in the show as a permanent main cast character. But it's just, you know, but that made sense. Like, we saw a progression. We saw Morgan following the Terminus signs, and then we saw him find the map, and it was basically a breadcrumb trail of how Morgan eventually got to Virginia. And for me, it's frustrating because we don't know how he got there. I'm hoping that we see more of his backstory, so that we have that information. But right now, we don't. We don't know anything. We just see him pointing a gun. That was a long time ago. Now I'm an asshole. Now I'm a savior. But again, the other thing, I don't know if this can ever be answered, is how has Morales not run into Rick so far? Rick has been fighting the saviors since episode 12 of season 6, okay? He took out, the satellite compound. He killed all of those saviors. He was captured by Negan and all the saviors in the woods. Then the saviors continuously raided Alexandria. Carl was at the sanctuary. I don't understand. We've seen so many saviors. Some saviors that just show up and then don't come back. When the saviors were first introduced for the very, 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 very first time, when Daryl finds Dwight, before we even know that that's Dwight and Sherry and Tina. What was that guy's name? Wade? I don't know if you guys remember him. Wade? Remember that guy gets bit in the arm and he's like, Wade, I'm bit. And then Wade takes the sword and chops off his arm. And that guy's name is Cam, and he has one arm because Daryl rustled the leaves. This was when Dwight was trying to escape, and then Daryl helps them. This is episode 6 of season 6 I'm referring to, but we never see the guy's face, the guy Wade. We never see his face. They only show us a torso shot, and then they don't show us his face. We see Cam's face, but those two saviors that were chasing Dwight when Dwight first ran away, we don't see them ever again. And, so maybe the show is trying to tell us that Negan has so many fucking saviors under his command that it's possible Morales just didn't know. But it's stupid because once Rick is under Negan's thumb, I don't understand how word doesn't get around. Oh yeah, this guy Rick Grimes, we just, captured Alexandria, and Morales is probably oh, I remember Rick Grimes. I feel like at the very least, he would have at least gone to Alexandria to either gloat or just say, oh yeah, remember me, now I'm a savior, and now you're being subjected by me, kind of thing. I don't know, it's weird that only when the war starts, and Rick is infiltrating this one outpost, church, place, whatever, that he runs into him. And again, I need to understand, obviously, the show needs to clarify how the fuck this happened, and they better not kill his character off so quickly, because that's going to be stupid if he's introduced for one episode and then he just gone. I mean, that didn't happen with Morgan, but again, Morgan was more of a main character than fucking Morales is. It's just so weird to even say the name Morales and for him to actually be in the show again is just ridiculous. This episode could have survived without his character being in it. I'm just gonna say that. Rick already had a lot of intense scenes. That one-on-one fight where he finds that guy's baby. There was already a lot of content, a lot of action in this episode for Morales. I mean, that was icing on the cake, but I'm so conflicted. This is the same thing that happened when the Negan cliffhanger happened, when it was the first person and we didn't know who Negan killed. And again, I was conflicted. On the one hand, I hated that it was a cliffhanger, but on the other hand, I was like, if they pull it off well, and because Scott Gimple was saying at the time, we have to do an episode that justifies it, and I think that, killing two characters and making it a very impactful death, the fear of losing, Carl's arm and breaking Rick, I mean, it was a dark episode, and I thought I was satisfied. But, it's just, people were impatient in that sense. But, whatever. I mean, we get to wait a week. At least Morales isn't introduced in the fucking season finale of season 7, so everyone has to wait another summer. So, whatever. We'll see where this goes. I'll give it a chance. But I just wanted to clarify, because some of the people commenting on my episode 2 reaction are like, oh, you guys hate this, and blah, blah, blah. Because, I was kind of frustrated at the moment. And I think I reacted like I did because, again, people were telling me it was going to happen. I thought everyone was trolling me, and no one was trolling me. You guys were serious. So, oh my god. All right, well, anyway, we'll see what happens next week. The sneak peek for episode 3 shows Morales in it, so more Morales. We're gonna get more Morales in this season than we did in fucking season 1, for Christ's sake. I mean, he was only in a few scenes. He was in the scene where they escape Atlanta, where Merle gets chain handcuffed to the roof, and then he's there when Rick finds his family. And then he's at the campsite when the zombies attack. But then when they decide to go to the CDC, that's where they split. They split in episode 5 of season 1. So they really haven't been through much together. And all of a sudden he's just a villain? Like, the fuck? The fuck, man? Like, come on. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't understand why he'd have such a radical change all of a sudden. I don't understand. He calls him Peaches and everything, like he's some badass villain. Like, what had to fucking happen to this guy that he's a dick? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, we need some backstory. Rick hasn't said one word to him. He's in shock. He's like the audience. He's in shock, and nobody can believe it. So, whatever. We'll endure this, guys, and we'll see what happens next week. So, thanks for watching this vlog, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.